You were not born soft. Somewhere along the way, life handed you enough rejection, enough failure, enough silence where applause should have been. And you learned to shrink. You learned to wait. You learned to ask for permission to want the things that were always meant to be yours. But here is what nobody told you. The most dangerous moment in your life is not when you fail. It is when you get so comfortable with failing quietly that you stop expecting anything different. That is not peace. That is surrender, dressed up as patience. And I need you to understand something before this video is over, because what I am about to tell you is the difference between the people who transform their lives and the people who spend their entire existence watching others do it. Before we go deeper, I want to ask you something, and I want you to be honest with yourself. Have you ever felt like you were built for more, but something inside you kept pulling you back the moment you got close? If that question just hits somewhere real, drop it in the comments. You are not alone in this, and the fact that you feel it means the fire is still there. And if this channel speaks to something in you, stay with us. What comes next might be exactly what you have been waiting to hear. Here's the psychological truth that most people spend their whole lives running from. You have been conditioned to be manageable. From the time you were young, the world taught you to moderate your ambition, soften your voice, and celebrate average so that nobody around you felt threatened by what you could become. And over time, that conditioning calcified into something far more dangerous than any external obstacle. It became your inner voice, or the voice that tells you it is too late, that others are more talented, that the risk is too great, that you should be grateful for what you have and stop reaching. That voice is not wisdom. That voice is fear wearing the mask of reason. A savage mentality is not about aggression. It is not about arrogance. It is about an unshakable, almost ruthless commitment to your own growth, even when the evidence says stay still. It is the discipline to show up on the days when motivation has abandoned you. It is the focus to block out every voice that does not build you. It is the inner strength to hold your vision so tightly that doubt simply cannot find a handhold. The people you admire, the ones who built something real, who transformed their circumstances, who found purpose when the world offered them none, they were not lucky. They were relentless. They decided at some quiet and often painful moment that they would no longer negotiate with their own potential. And that decision changed everything. Most people never make that decision. They stay in the loop, motivated on Monday, defeated by Thursday, starting over next month, not because they lack talent, not because the universe is working against them, but because they have never truly committed to a savage, non-negotiable standard for their own life. They are still waiting for the perfect moment, the right conditions, the external validation that was never going to come anyway. So here's the shift. Here's the thing I need you to carry with you when this video ends. Stop being reasonable about your life. Stop moderating your hunger to make other people comfortable. Stop waiting to feel ready, because readiness is a myth sold to people who are afraid to begin. The moment you decide, truly decide, that you are no longer available for a life that is smaller than you are, everything changes. Not because the world suddenly becomes easier, but because you become harder to stop. Consistency is not glamorous. Discipline is not exciting, but they are the only currency that actually buys you the life you keep imagining. Every morning you choose to get up and do the work when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when the results are not yet visible. That is you building something that cannot be taken from you. That is the savage mentality. Quiet, relentless, certain. You do not need more information. You do not need another plan. You need the decision, the brutal, beautiful, life-altering decision that you are done being a spectator to your own potential. That your personal growth is not optional. That your transformation starts, not next week, not when the circumstances align, but in the next breath you take. The world will always have a reason for you to stay small. Always. Your only job is to refuse. Refuse with everything you have. Refuse with your habits, your mornings, your focus, your discipline, your vision. Be savage about it, because the life waiting for you on the other side of that refusal, that is the one you were always meant to live.